Okay, so the Pocket 3 isn't new, but it's still seriously capable. It's small, stable, and shoots way better than you'd expect from something this size. The best part? It just works. We've been using it for days, and today we're going to show why it's surprisingly reliable for a tiny camera. Let's get into it. Let's start with the sensor, and DJI made a noticeable jump here. It's a 1-inch CMOS sensor, and you notice the difference right away. Not only do highlights roll off smoothly, but shadows also hold more detail, and the image stays solid even when the light drops. So we're not talking about pixel peeping here. This is footage that just looks balanced and natural. On top of that, colors feel grounded, skin tones look clean, and it honestly feels closer to a compact mirrorless than any previous Pocket. Then there's the 20mm lens with f2.0 aperture, which hits a sweet spot for real-world shooting. It's wide enough for travel, vlogs, or walk and talk shots, but at the same time, it doesn't warp the scene. Because of its aperture, low light performance improves and the background gets a subtle separation. We're not talking creamy full-frame bokeh, yet for a tiny camera, faces pop nicely, and shots feel just a little cinematic without overdoing it. And when it comes to low-light situations, the Pocket 3 actually surprised us. Normally, tiny cameras fall apart at night, but here, noise stays in check, colors remain true, and details are still usable. Plus, the dedicated low-light mode makes a difference, so whether you're in a street-lit scene, a cafe, or indoors, footage stays watchable. It's not perfect, but it's reliable, and for a pocket-sized camera, that's exactly what we want. Now let's talk about motion, and its 3-axis mechanical gimbal is still the star. As soon as you start walking, shots feel smooth without that floating or robotic look. The footage feels human. You can also adjust the rotation speed, which helps a lot depending on how you shoot. Slower movement works great for cinematic pans, while faster settings handle quick turns and action. Over time, we found ourselves trusting it more and more, even in situations where we would normally bring a bigger gimbal. On top of that, Active Track 6.0 adds another layer of confidence. Face tracking works very well in real life. The camera sticks to you without hunting or sudden jumps. At the same time, dynamic framing adds a nice touch, especially when you want movement that feels intentional. It is not perfect, but the hit rate is high enough that we actually use it instead of turning it off. Autofocus also deserves its moment. Full pixel fast focusing locks quickly and stays locked, so even when someone moves toward or away from the camera, focus doesn't waver. Product Showcase mode is a great example of how features blend into real use. When you hold an object toward the camera, focus shifts smoothly to the product and then returns to your face. Because of that, creators, live streamers, and reviewers get exactly the control they want without fuss. Video quality ties it all together. 4K footage looks sharp, but it's never harsh, holding detail while staying restrained. Switch to 4K at 120 frames per second and slow motion actually works. It looks clean, usable, and adds real creative options. Motion feels smooth, and the image holds together beautifully. Then there's 10-bit D-Log-M, which makes the Pocket 3 feel surprisingly flexible for post-production. Gradients stay smooth, skies retain color, and highlights recover better. So, when you're filming landscapes, sunsets, or high-contrast scenes, the difference is visible. Even if you don't do heavy color grading, the footage still feels richer, more cinematic, and more alive. When stabilization and image quality come together, the Pocket 3 really shines. With such a solid gimbal and a strong sensor, shots that would normally need planning just happen on the fly. Whether you're walking through a city, hanging out with friends, or the light suddenly changes, it all feels effortless. The 2-inch rotatable OLED screen is another quiet win. Right away, colors pop, contrast feels deep, and everything is sharp. And the rotation itself is clever. Flip it, and the camera wakes. Rotate it, and it switches orientation instantly. It just works, and using the camera feels natural instead of technical. Touches respond well, and menus stay simple. Vertical shooting is worth a quick note. Sure, it crops instead of rotating the lens, which limits some modes, but the quality is still solid for social content, and the field of view stays usable. It's not perfect, but it's good enough that we actually use it without thinking twice. Audio quality is better than expected. The built-in microphones capture clean, clear sound with good direction, so voices come through well, even outdoors. On top of that, being able to connect directly to DJI mic transmitters without extra receivers is a huge plus. It keeps the setup simple and the rig small, which for quick shoots makes a real difference. Battery life is solid, though not amazing. You won't get a full long day without charging, but fast charging changes the game. Hitting 80% in around 16 minutes is surprisingly convenient, so even a short break gives you enough power to keep shooting. Cold weather performance also impressed us. It held up better than expected. Build quality feels premium. Body feels dense and well made, and the automatic gimbal lock when powering off adds peace of mind. Accessories attach magnetically, which is smart and secure. One of the best things about the Pocket 3 is how its creative tools feel built into how you already shoot. Spin shot and motion lapse, for example, are effortless because the gimbal handles the movement, so your shots stay smooth and intentional even on the move. Since setup is simple, we actually use these modes instead of skipping them. At the same time, live streaming and webcam use feel natural because stabilization, focus, and audio already do their job. You stay centered, clear, and steady. Let us talk cost for a moment. On Amazon, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 sits around $489, but we picked ours up on AliExpress for $461.90 with free shipping and no added fees. The checkout price already included taxes and duties, which made the decision easier. We think it makes sense to consider, especially if the listing ships from a local warehouse and the seller details look solid. So here's the bottom line. The DJI Osmo Pocket 3 isn't trying to replace a full camera setup, and it doesn't need to. Instead, it carves out its own space between a phone and a serious rig. Photo mode works, vertical mode has limits, and yes, it's clear this is a video-first tool. But honestly, none of that matters when you actually start using it. Boot up is instant, the gimbal is rock solid, and you can grab moments that bigger setups would have missed. It just works without fuss. For us, the real win is balance. Colors are natural, motion is smooth, audio is clean, and the sensor handles light shifts better than you'd expect in something this small. All of that together makes it easy to carry, easy to use, and easy to reach for over and over again. If you want a compact camera that feels serious but doesn't slow you down, the Pocket 3 nails it. It's the kind of tool that quietly earns its place in your pocket and stays there. So that was all from us. Share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos.